everyday things that would seem impossible 50 years ago. In another expression of modern times, people of the internet came together to think out loud, sort of, about what everyday things we do now that would have seemed absolutely ridiculous half a century ago. Watch through to see the mind-blowing results. Walking around with no real money. How far can a flimsy plastic card get you? Locking yourself in a room and trying to escape for fun. How strange that people will call it a bonding experience and pay a pretty price for it. Calling someone's phone to ask where they are. They're at home, where their phone is. Right? Stealing music and movies right out of thin air. 50 years ago, this might have been better known as witchcraft. Having close relationships with people around the world. And yet never speaking to your next-door neighbors. Buying distressed, ripped clothing. You mean people spend money to look like they don't have that much money? Charging your cigarette. Instead of lighting up leaves, kids these days are sucking on what looks like a USB flash drive, another incomprehensible part of modern life. Everything about how we watch TV. Recording shows, skipping ads, picking from different movies at home, and pausing live TV is a modern luxury. Even the younger kids today will never know what it was like to fight for the remote. Smoking outside the restaurant. You mean people don't like secondhand smoke anymore? Putting water in bottles and selling them. That's a hefty price for something you can get for free. Staring at a phone for hours. Then again, it's hard to find a modern phone that's solely a phone. Telecommuting jobs. How can an office be a virtual space in your home? Describing every detail of your life to the public. There is firstly the question of who even cares, and secondly the question of how that computer fits in your pocket. Sending your dog to doggy daycare. You mean you want to pay someone else to have fun with your dog? Accepting rides from strangers. Even the things people believed just 10 years ago, like, don't meet strangers from the internet, have been completely replaced with apps. Having a flat TV. And one that's hanging on the wall. But where are all the mechanics? Staying in touch with everyone. Organic relationships that come and go are a thing of the past, and now it's more common to collect more and more friends, till death do you log out. Refraining from manned space exploration. It was all about getting men up to space, and now we're sending robots. Driving to places less than half a mile away. People of the future seem to walk less and less. The sheer capacity for action while on the toilet. You can buy plane tickets, read something educational, order food, and send work emails, all while relieving yourself. Throwing something away and buying a new one. The phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of implied that if it did break, you should fix it. Taking pictures of your food. What a waste of film. Taking out loans to go to college. Then having them hang over your head for the next decade. Swiping through hundreds of potential dates. Sure, people would go on dates with people they'd met through newspaper ads, but there never seemed to be so many fish in the sea as there are at your fingertips. Plugging in your books. The same goes for your car. Non-user serviceable products. Companies now specifically make products that can't be fixed by the average consumer, and their specialty repairmen charge such a high price that you might as well buy a new one. Not having to talk out loud to anyone. You can have relationships over text messaging, you can order food and clothing online, enjoy endless entertainment at your fingertips, and never face a salesperson. Violence and sex in the media. From video games to advertisements, the acceptable level of graphic violence and sexual imaging is much higher. Only having prearranged visits. When was the last time someone dropped by because they saw your porch light was on? There's no more dropping by, There is only texting, "Hey, I'm outside," instead of using the doorbell. The use of emojis instead of words. Sending little images of smiley faces, piles of smiling poop, and everything in between would not fly for grown adults half a century ago. If you found this video enjoyable, kindly show your support by giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing for future content.